lifting of sanctions and other steps will come as the al-Shara government takes steps to meet American and regional security concerns. Nobody in Washington seems to understand what the Israeli goal with these strikes are or is, and what the larger policy should be. Obviously, Israel has won a huge victory with the elimination of Syria and elimination of Iran and Hezbollah from Syria, and the dramatic weakening of Hezbollah in neighboring Lebanon. This introduces a whole new strategic calculus to the Middle East. But Israel seems to be doing everything in its power to keep the new government of Damascus weak and divided, and seems to be almost picking a fight with Damascus and to some degree with Ankara. This is most unfortunate because it will simply draw Turkey and Israel into a tense confrontation, and it will allow Iran to exploit the situation to get back into Syria. The United States is not actively supporting the Israeli strikes inside Israel. The United States has been careful in its official commentary, but you'll remember when Prime Minister Netanyahu was before the cameras in the Oval Office with President Trump several weeks ago, President Trump, referring to Syria and referring to Israeli concerns about Turkey, urged Israel 3 times to be reasonable. I think that's President Trump's instinctive position, but as a member of President Trump's first administration, I can assure you that Trump's views and opinions do not always penetrate down into the rest of the bureaucracy. And that seems to be what we're seeing now. The American position is on the record. It is continuing its sanctions with a waiver that was instituted by the Biden administration on the al-Shara government. It has not formally recognized that government yet, although it has had several contacts with it. It basically says further cooperation, lifting of sanctions, and other steps will come as the al-Shara government takes steps to meet American and regional security concerns. Those are all reasonable positions, but what I fear is that the United States is hiding behind them to not take a decision. But not taking a decision, given the crushing sanctions we have on Syria right now that are inhibiting not just us, but other countries from helping the country in its hour of economic need, basically keep the country divided and weak. So therefore, I think this is a mistake. The administration is trying to work through this issue. I'm hoping that it will see that it needs to be more forthcoming to al-Shara. It needs to cooperate more, as have European and Arab countries and the UN. Sure, the official red lines, which are reasonable, are the senior third country jihadist terrorist groups leaders who are in positions in the security forces, high-level positions. They have to go out of those positions. Secondly, we want help stomping out any Iranian or Hezbollah presence. We want action against the Palestinian terrorist groups. We saw several arrests this week. That's a good start. We want cooperation with us in the fight against the Islamic State, us and the other 80 nations in the Defeat ISIS coalition. And I think that that can be an area of progress. We want assistance in finding missing Americans, and we want assistance in uncovering any remaining chemical stocks from the Assad regime. So I think that's the list. Also, we do not want to see violence against minorities. The government, I think, is going to have to continue stressing it is not a threat to Israel. It is going to have to continue working with the UN, with Europeans, and with the Arab states, where it has good relations, and through them put pressure on Washington to make clear its position and ensure that at the end of the day, Washington's final goal in Syria is a strong, united country under this or another government that the Syrians choose. But right now, this is the government that they have, to give the same message to all Syrians, both the minority groups and the government, to work together. Right now, that simple, single message is being distorted by what the Israelis are doing and by the silence from Washington. I want that to end. I want everybody to give the same message, and I think everything will be okay.